Michael, are you holding the speaking button on the microphone?
Sorry. Yes, our staff members present are Miss Kaylee Nunez, our Historic Preservation Specialist. We do have our liaison for the City Council, Miss Connie Cantelme, and our recording secretary, Sarah Hilton. We have 4 members present, so we will have a 3 majority.
4. It has to be all 4.
It has to be we have a latecomer, Miss Marianne Suttle.
I have that radio show.
We'll wait for her. This is an open public hearing and is being videotaped by the city. The proceedings are being televised by representative of the public media, local cable and radio stations, and may be also rebroadcast. We now have members of our commission present are 5. It will require a 4 majority vote. All parties wishing to be heard will be expected to state their name for the record. Of course, approach the podium. Please, at this point, I was guilty. Please turn off all cell phones. Thanks. The following agenda will be considered by the Preservation Commission at this meeting. Notice of this meeting is given pursuant to Arizona Statute Section 38431.02. We will be discussing, well, I guess our first order of business is to review minutes from last month. So has everybody taken a minute to review them?
Can I ask Kaylee, this is Jim McCarver, a question, update on a couple of the items from last time. Any follow-up from the gentleman on Goodwin there with the house that we had concerns about?
He is, no, he hasn't presented me with any new materials. And I was going to give you guys an update on that at the end of the meeting when I do staff updates.
And
so
then,
I will cover that.
So you're going to cover update on Mr. Grissett also?
Yes.
Great, thanks. Okay, so I guess our first order is a request. Oh, geez, we need to approve those minutes. So do I have a motion to approve January 21st, I believe it is, or no?
Mr. Chair, Diane Travis, I move to approve the minutes from the January 12th, 2024 meeting.
Second?
Rick Sprain, I'll second.
Approved. Great. So then I guess we move on to our first request for wall-mounted signage at the Art Gallery at the Courthouse Plaza. I don't know what the address is.
134 South Montezuma.
134, oh, there it is. 134 South Montezuma. So I'll turn this over to Ms. Nunez.
Okay. Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. My name is Kaylee Nunez. I'm the Historic Preservation Specialist for the city. So we have 2 items on the agenda today for voting. The first one is a proposed sign for the Arts Prescott Gallery at 134 South Montezuma. So this address is in 2 districts, the Courthouse Plaza local and national districts. So I have a picture of how the business looks now, and then a historic photo around the turn of the 20th century. I circled the building in question. Oh, wrong way. So the building was constructed around 1901. It's called the Wellington Building. It It actually is not on the register due to major alterations to the front facade. And then here is an aerial map of the project location, so it's almost center of Whiskey Row. The proposal is to remove the existing wall-mounted sign, leave the frame, and then install a new 254-inch wide by 15-inch high Arts Prescott Gallery sign. It'll be made from aluminum composite. It will have a black background with gold lettering. So analysis. So Chapter 8 in part states, use only integral and natural colors of a neutral tone compatible with the building in the district, and promote continued use of the Courthouse Plaza District as a cornerstone commercial and business area. So the proposed signage accommodates both of these statements. Recommended action, move to approve HP 24-001. So we also have the applicant here, Brian, with A and B sign, if you have any questions for him. And I'm open for questions.
Anyone?
This is Jim McCarver. It looks like, are they changing the lighting also? Look like the
Are those
lights
gooseneck
seem
lights
different
currently
also.
there?
Good morning, Brian Wywick with A&B Sign. There are gooseneck.
You'll have to
lights.
speak into the mic.
There are gooseneck lighting already there. They are changing the fixtures because right now they hang down in front of the letters. As far as I know, they are changing the neck to get it up higher to where it's not hanging in front of the sign.
We don't have a sample of that lighting?
No, it's not required. Gooseneck fixtures are compatible with the district.
Any other questions?
Size-wise, it's within specs also, because it is a bigger sign than the
It
one that's
is.
there
So,
now.
yeah, so a zoning review has been done on this. Now, it slightly exceeds the allowable amount of wall-mounted signage per our current zoning code. However, we as planning staff determined that since the frame, is present in those dimensions, that it's okay if the sign fills out that frame. We're not going beyond an existing footprint. Good catch.
So, Marianne, you have something?
No, I'm ready to move to approve if there aren't any other questions.
So I'll take a
With
motion.
that, Mr. Chairman, I move to approve HP 24-001.
Mr. Chair, Diane Travis, I second.
Any other questions?
Let's make a motion to approve as presented. You don't necessarily need to read all the dimensions, but
Okay, I will add to that to approve with all the dimensions.
okay.
Again, Diane Travis, I second the motion as presented.
Any other questions? All in favor? Aye. Then your motion's approved.
Thank you.
Okay, second item, 1089 Old Hacienda Lane. So this is a home that's within the Old Hacienda Local Register District. I have a photo of the home on the bottom right, and that is the area, the project area in question. I don't have a historic photo of the home, so what you see in the top left is actually a photo of the original clubhouse. And if you're really good, you can spot a dog at the top of the stairs, which took me a while. A prize to whoever spots him first. So, yes. Actually, I'm going to go back here. So the home style is minimal traditional. It was built about 1940. So again, it's part of the old Hacienda Country Club, which was a development envisioned and built by an East Coast investor, Harvey Corey, between 1939 and 1949. And so the home is asymmetrical in massing, has a stucco exterior, a cross-gabled exposed rafter tail roof. The windows are primarily fixed pane, with those on the west side featuring awnings over them. Here's an aerial map. So it's at the northern end of Old Hacienda Lane. Proposal, and here's a rendering provided by their draftsman. So they're going to enclose the existing northwest corner of the home, where there's currently a raised concrete patio. The area is approximately 240 square feet. So they're going to remove the exterior door on the corner and replace with a wall. Going to remove the windows and leave openings there for interior access. There will also be a fireplace installed inside the addition area. It will be a wood-burning fireplace, including a new chimney finished with natural stone. 3 new windows and an exterior door will be installed to match existing exterior window and door styles. And then the finish of the addition will be stucco to match the existing home. So what you're looking at is a west elevation. And that's a floor plan provided that shows the enclosure area. So again, it's set to the rear of the home, which is less sensitive than the front facade. It is recommended that the windows be wood frame or wood frame with aluminum cladding. I believe that the homeowner plans on doing wood frame windows. We can clarify that. So the new chimney will project above the roof line by about 2 feet, but it won't be visible from the front. Also, the natural stone that they're going to finish it with, there's a typo there. It's similar to other homes in the district. So they will be using architectural grade shingles in line with preservation standards, and the proposed roof line and stucco finish will complement the existing home. So here are additional photos. So top left is western elevation. Bottom right is from the front of the home. And again, so the top left, you see that, is that a window or a mirror there, that circular? Yes.
With the awning?
No, to the left of that, next to the light fixture.
The left of that, that's a small circular window.
Oh, it's a circular window. So the addition area will be right to the left of that. They'll close in that corner there. So recommended action, move to approve or approve with modifications, HP 24-003. Request to enclose existing patio space at rear of home. And I am open for questions or comments. And we have the homeowner here as well.
Rick Sprain. I was just wondering, will this affect the National Register status at all?
No, because it's not impacting the front facade of the home. So we really look at the street view facade. That's the most sensitive. And we have allowed additions to the rear of historic homes quite frequently.
But the material is going to be consistent with what's on there now?
Correct.
Mike Mirko, Chair, I have a question. The roof, could you approach there?
Sure.
The roof of your structure, I see you have maybe 3 roof lines to contend with. How will that all take place in a few seconds?
The roof line, if you're looking at the picture on the left, okay, so we're going to build that roof line over to the left, and it's going to match the same roof line with the trusses that'll be put up there, and the eave will come down. Yeah, looking at the left, and then if you go to the far left, where you'll see a door and another small addition, that was an addition that was put in about 10 or 12 years ago, not by us. We've been in this house for 3 years. That's a laundry room. So what we're going to do is remove that door and enclose that and drywall that in. That door will then be removed to the steps that go down to the lower patio. And then the railing that you see to the left there, we will follow the same lines of that railing with the enclosure, but the roof line is going to be identical to what we have there, the same pitch and same roof line. The stucco will be blended the same way. It's a rough stucco with an off-white, and we are going to try to keep, it's going to be a minimal impact. We want to keep the same type design that's present. We're very conscientious of keeping that preservation. We used to own 2 Century homes, so we're on board with you in keeping that same look to the house.
Kaylee?
And it's inconspicuous, really. What you see there is the front of the house, and actually our road that comes down, we're the last house on Old Hassayampa Lane. We don't even impact the road. Our road ends before that even. So we're to the side, and we're going to follow all the guidelines with what's there already. The windows are going to match to what you see above the awning, so the patio is going to have the same windows. The stone that Kaylee referred to, some of the homes along Old Hassayampa have the old natural stone look, and so the fireplace is going to have that same natural stone look, so that we blend with the rest of the neighborhood. And
I'm
we're
still a
gonna
bit confused about the roof line. So could you pull up the picture with looking directly at that railing where the additions are going to be,
The rendering? Right here.
please? No, not that one. The one with the heart photo.
There. Yes.
No, yeah, the one on the right. Yeah. So, looking at this picture,
Yes,
see a roof line here,
yes,
I see one here,
yep,
I see one here, and then one here.
right.
So you're going to tie in and come equal with this one,
That's correct. We're going to tie in with that one.
one on top of this one.
They're going to build that up, so it's going to blend the same with the same roof line you see.
Come down, and how are you going to tie this?
It's going to come out towards the railing system.
So this is going to,
That's not going to be touched. The
the enclosure is going to go to here.
the enclosure is going to go
It's going to come forward.
out from, okay, see where the window, 2 windows in the door are? To the, yes, yes. So that enclosure is going to be in front of that. We're going to follow the existing,
So it's not going here?
no, we're not moving the door. We're not moving the steps, the entry into the house. Everything's going to remain the same, yes.
Makes a lot more sense to me. Okay,
Okay.
now I got it.
Okay.
So you're removing the railing that's on
Yeah,
the
the
edge.
railing's going to be, and that's going to be all stuccoed. That's the new part that's going to be stuccoed. That's going to be enclosed with the porch.
This is you're like an addition to the house. It's not like a sunroom or anything. This
Yeah,
is
it's an addition. It's about 240 square feet. And the fireplace will be in the center. And then you can't tell by that, but the railing systems angle like this. So where there's an angle, we're going to have the windows that are going to match the front windows. And then the fireplace will be in the center of that. And then we'll proceed to the steps down to the lower level, which are there in place right now.
And is there going to be an outside door?
Yes, yeah.
And
The
that's-
door we're removing from the existing laundry room is going to be used.
And where's that going to be located again, sir?
That's going to be located, see where the steps are going down to the left of the fireplace? That door will be used there
Okay.
to go down to the lower patio, and that's the existing door that's in place there. We're going to use that same door.
All right. So one of the staircases going down to the lower ground is going to be completely eliminated. which would
No,
be.
no doors will be eliminated. We're actually gonna.
The
We're actually gonna
staircase.
put that door in place to go down to the lower patio. Okay, see that door on the left there? The small little window, the square window? Then you've got the metal heart. Okay, so that door will be taken off, and then you see the steps there? That door's gonna be placed there.
It's going to
And-
move
yeah.
forward essentially
Yeah, that
on
door
the
will
outer
be
wall plane.
placed where the steps are going down now, and it'll be finished with drywall along the side of that door.
I got it.
Matching the stucco.
Took a while, but I got it. Thank
No
you, sir.
problem.
The
Mary Ann has a question. I am. Go ahead.
Quickly, how long have you owned this home?
We've been in that home 3 years, but we've lived in Prescott 10.
Again, in the historic, all the things you have to do and make sure they work.
Oh yeah, believe me, we're we've thought this out. We don't want to impact what's there at
And
all.
we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we have a love for the older homes. Trust me, we've owned 2-century homes, and this home's 80 years old, and we want to maintain that same flow to the house that exists. So
And I will say your application was very thorough and organized, showed attention to detail.
I think Jim has
So-
a question.
So the door that's going to be directly inward from the fireplace, it shows on the picture with the windows on each side. That's going to be left open. That's not going to be a door.
where's going
If you go from the fireplace directly into the house, you have right now a door or two.
We're going to open that up to come into the dining room. Those 2 windows that are there are going to be used where you see the angles. We're going to use those same windows to the angle of the fireplace, and then so we have access from our living dining room area. We're going to arch it, just the interior, because the rest of the house, where you go into the hallway, it's arched. When you go into our kitchen, it's arched, and then when you go into the dining room, it's arched. So we're going to build that same arch, and then the fireplace itself is also, the fireplace is going to have, instead of being a square, it's going to be arched.
So that's going to be the door and the windows to the sides, each side. That's all going to be open. You're taking all of that out.
We can access that.
Sure.
Yes. Yep.
Anyone else? No other questions. Well, do I have a motion here somewhere?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve with modifications.
That's only if you had a modification. Do you just want to approve it as presented?
So let's start again.
Yes.
Move to approve HP 24-003
As presented.
as presented.
Second?
Rick Sprain, I'll second.
We have a second. Do we take it to a vote? All in favor? Aye.
Okay.
Go and be
Thank
happy.
you, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Okay, now I believe we can have some staff updates.
Yes, I have a few updates. Okay, so I'll address the Goodwin project. More or less, we're in the same situation we've been in for the past couple months where I'm following up with him. I get a gap in communication. I'm going to follow up with him again. So I'm not letting it go. And then as far as the hotel, he is scheduled to go to the March 26th council meeting for an appeal. Okay, so from what I understand, that's solidified, and he has to have his materials into the city clerk by next Friday for that. And then updates regarding the conference.
Can I back up a minute?
Sure.
Going back to that Goodwin Street property. Driving by, if you're looking directly at the building, He has the fencing on the right-hand side, which supposedly is for animals, which I can't believe, but the left side has nothing. So there's some inconsistency there.
That's,
that I-
yeah, he got a stop work order.
Oh, he did
in the
get a
middle of
stop.
it. That's
Okay.
why it's incomplete.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's just, we have instances like that where it takes a little more finessing to get these projects through the finish line, unfortunately, but it's going to happen. If it doesn't, and we don't get any communication, we have hired a hearing officer for the Community Development Department. I believe they're starting next month. And we did that in order to get more teeth into like zoning violations, building violations, code enforcement violations. So that's hopeful.
Great,
So
thank you.
the conference, I believe everyone will be attending. Michael, I'm not sure. I got a response from you. Do you plan on attending the?
Yes, I was going to talk
Okay.
about it.
So the most important thing you can do is attend. I've been in weekly planning sessions with the state, and we've got pretty much everything handled at this point regarding tours, regarding accommodations. I don't think I'll need you guys to do anything per se other than be present to network, which is very important. The planning and zoning team, so me, Tammy, and George will be presenting a session at the conference. We've been asked to do it in kind of a session on the intersection between planning and preservation. And that's about it. I don't have an update on the master plan update quite yet because right now we're just inputting data, and actually Rick might know more about that. We're trying to get the data input to our Arches software program, but as far as writing new sections of the plan, we're not quite there yet.
Yeah, we are not even close to doing that yet because I did all the photographs last year.
Okay.
Now I'm going through and entering all the information into the GIS. And most of our records are really from the late 80s and 1991. That's kind of our last time anything was done with our historical records. And those are what I'm inputting into the GIS at the moment. And I'm working on West Prescott, and I'm probably a little over halfway done with entering all of them, but it's still got a ways to go.
Okay. Thank you, Rick. So the idea is that we're going to have a data platform that will be accessible by the public someday. So instead of, individuals having to email me, which I don't mind, but email me about their National Register status, any information, any pictures, or their inventory form on a property, that they can access it online themselves. So that will be really cool once it's up and running. Again, it's going to take a long time to infill itself, but we'll keep you apprised of the progress. Any more questions?
Any word when we'll see plans for the old city hall?
Oh, yes, there's so much going on. So, yeah, the City Hall redevelopment, they will probably be submitting to me for April Preservation Commission. They have, I think, till mid next week. So if they don't get it to me by then, we're going to have to push to May, but that will be coming up. And for that, I do encourage you, if you have questions on a one-on-one basis, to reach out to me before the meeting, just because it's such a large project. So if you have any really, big questions or don't, understand parts of the plan, I'd rather you reach out to me prior to the meeting and we can kind of consult.
Mr. Chairman, could I ask sort of a little bit of information who's bought it, sort of what they're looking at?
Yeah, so it's public record. So the development group who bought it is Shumway Development. They're out of Payson, It's the same group that did the Hilton Garden Inn. And they have Richardson Design Group as their architects. And forgive me, I forget where they're out of, but they have presented us with a preliminary design. They did their PAC 2 weeks ago. And I will say they did their homework. So we're starting with a design that's very much, it's compatible with the district. Obviously, there probably will need to be some adjustments, barring input from myself and the commission, but it's definitely a workable design.
And with that mural that was in the Marion Council, has that been removed and is it going anywhere or is it still there?
Oh, the mural in the old city council chambers? Yeah, its home will be the Chamber of Commerce right across the street.
Thank
So
you.
we have plans for all the historic items like the bronze horse statue out front, the mural. There's apparently a time capsule in the kind of like the northeast corner of the building that will be retrieved. So we have a plan for all that. And the oak tree that's on Cortez Street, plan is to preserve that. The developer's on board with that because that's actually got put on the National Register a month ago. I believe it's our first tree in Prescott to be put on the register. Yeah, some people call it the hanging tree. We don't know if that's true, but it makes for good tales. So, any other questions?
Where are these plans available to be reviewed ahead of the meeting? Where can I find them?
We will be releasing them to you in an agenda packet. So until the formal submission's been made and gone through my review, you won't be able to look at the plans. But with that said, yeah, you will absolutely be getting them before
We'll get
the
them
meeting.
before the meeting.
I'm going to try to get it out a week and a half prior. Not sure if I can, but because of the magnitude of the project, I'd like to give you all a little more time.
We can have a session pretty much with just a review before we vote on it, so we can talk to the builders and kind of like what we did with the hotel. We had one meeting that was pretty much, that was the whole meeting with not a non-voting meeting.
I think so. I'm going to discuss it more with department leadership, but I think that's probably the best way to go, again, given the magnitude of it.
Any other discussion? Nope. Well, then I move to adjourn this meeting of March 8th, 2024.